Hello, my name is Andy Santana. I'm going to be talking about the convergence of Wi-Fi and cellular systems. Um, Wi-Fi today has been an alternative for it's basically independent and is on its own separate from cellular networks. It's used as an independent method to connect to the internet and has really no synergy when it comes to cellular data and connecting to cellular devices. Some people talk of Wi-Fi as just another radio access network that fits alongside 3G and LTE, but really it operates in an unlicensed spectrum altogether. So Wi-Fi is very independent of itself. Cellular data, on the other hand, is very well known, very well used. Right now, 3G is not so common. More LTE or 4G technology is more common when it comes to cellular devices and the technology that we have now. Cellular providers mostly distribute this through plans that people pay, either a limited plan or unlimited plan. And usually this gives them access to a tower where they can access data and really use the internet. When you describe a smartphone's network, the first thing that comes to mind is LTE or 4G. Reason being is because these are the networks and technology that's developed for these type of devices. 3G, on the other hand, was very common before, but is becoming again less common, which is called the third generation network, or 3G. Now we're in more fourth generation LTE, which stands for long-term evolution. The basic difference between them is really the speed of the network. That's really what defines the difference between 3G, LTE, and 4G technology. Now, when it comes to intertwining Wi-Fi and cellular together, fundamentally there are two models of Wi-Fi and cellular interworking with multiple variations possible for each. These models are generally referred to as tightly coupled or loosely coupled networks. Tightly coupled integrates between the networks and is designed to provide IP sessions, continuity, and seamless end-user experience. So the end user is agnostic of wireless network types. The Wi-Fi network performance is usually within the 3GPP operator control. Loosely coupled, on the other hand, the Wi-Fi network performance is usually not within the 3GPP operator control, and the end user's experience may include loss of IP sessions, continuity, and data connection when reselection occurs between networks. So they do have their benefits when you use independently tightly coupled or loosely coupled. Here we have an overview of Wi-Fi cellular interworkings, overview of these service options and interactions between mobile and wireless LAN. So here you can see how you have your private network with home office, you have public Wi-Fi, which is with Wi-Fi roaming, which is indirect Wi-Fi offloads, trusted Wi-Fi offloads, and then you have cellular, which is HPLMN, international roaming, which is VPLMN, and you can kind of see how these technologies can be intertwined. Also, you can see in the bottom there all the radios signals that are being used for these type of technologies. Also, radio interfaces with various QoS, security through output, emission, and control capabilities. And then below that, you can see all the different types of devices that can be used with it and the different type of credentials and materials that can be used with it as well. So here we have your multiple credentials, multiple device types, multiple radio technologies, multiple backhaul technologies, and then multiple service providers. So some of the challenges that of Wi-Fi and cellular interworkings are premature Wi-Fi selection. As devices within Wi-Fi enable move in Wi-Fi coverage, they reselect to Wi-Fi without comparative evaluation of existing cellular and incoming Wi-Fi capabilities. This can result in degrading of end-user experience due to premature reselection to Wi-Fi. Real-time through output-based traffic steering can be used to migrate this. There's also unhealthy choices. In a mixed wireless network of 3G, LTE, and Wi-Fi, reselection may occur to a strong Wi-Fi network, which is under heavy load. The resulting unhealthy choice results in a degradation of end-user experience as performance on the cell edge of lightly loaded cellular networks may be superior to performance closer to a heavily loaded Wi-Fi. Real-time load-based traffic steering can be used to mitigate this. lower capabilities. In some cases, reselection to a strong Wi-Fi may result in reduced performance. Evaluation of criteria beyond wireless capabilities prior to access selection can be used to mitigate this. Then there's ping pong, this is an example of reduced end user experience due to ping ponging between Wi-Fi and cellular accesses. This can be a result of premature Wi-Fi selections and mobility in a cellular environment with signal strength very similar to both types. So here we have a diagram of the challenges that we could see using Wi-Fi and cellular interworkings together. So some of these challenges are very obvious. For example, like premature Wi-Fi selection, that can definitely cause issues when trying to connect. You can lose connectivity. Then you also have ping-ponging, which is back and forth, bouncing back and forth between connectivity. Something that I notice happens a lot when we try to do Xfinity hotspots. You'll see ping-pong coming back and forth because you're jumping from wireless network to wireless network to wireless network. And sometimes this is great and is easy, but then can also cause moments of disconnect or moments of poor performance, which is something you don't want. And then you have your unhealthy choice, which is overloading Wi-Fi, and that can cause, again, big problems. You don't want all the traffic on one signal. That causes performance to be reduced, causes issues down the line, and then you start seeing bad things happening. By that I mean like your phone starts performing slowly, or your connectivity is just really bad. Now, when it comes to the security aspect of Wi-Fi cellular interworkings, secure connectivity to Wi-Fi access networks transparent for the user end is clearly a service requirement. You definitely want to make sure that your security is not something that is seen by the user, but is felt by the user. You want to make sure that the Wi-Fi network and the access is all easy to do, transparent, nothing complex. A key obstacle to user experience of seamless connectivity over Wi-Fi has been a lack of appropriate AirLink security and access authentication mechanisms. So one of the big things, which is an industry trend right now, is authentication and AirLink encryption. And the reason why they're that is because authentication is becoming more and more prominent and it's becoming better over the years. Now with two-factor authentication, we can now authenticate with multiple devices, and we're not limited to just finding out the password. So we're making it harder for hackers to be able to access our wireless devices and to access our wireless networks. AirLink encryption is also important because you have to think about it. If say for instance, I don't have to be logged into your network to necessarily be logged into your device to necessarily see your traffic. I can see your traffic going outbound, and if that traffic isn't encrypted, I can see what's in that traffic. And that's also a big problem in the internet. Encryption is a huge thing when it comes to any type of traffic that's coming through either through a network or happening on the web. So AirLink encryption, another big one. Besides that, thank you for watching, and have a nice day.